There's so much more to life than what you're feeling now. Someday you'll look back on all these days, and all this pain is gonna be invisible.
All right, Hunter, the Grammys are upon us. How does one prep for music's biggest night?
You know, I don't know. I have no idea. I thought I'd learn eventually, but I haven't. I don't know. You don't really prep for it, you know?
You wake up in the morning, like what's the first thing you do? Do you have a big breakfast? Do you...
Quadruple espresso.
Okay.
Get to work, yeah. I don't know. Just I guess... try to relax because I get really nervous. So like got to take a bunch of deep breaths, you know. It drives everybody kind of crazy, you know. When I get like in my mellow stage, you know, and I'm not in a hurry. Most of the time I'm like tense and in a hurry. That's like when I try, I like go the opposite direction. So it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it drives everybody crazy.
What is it that makes you most nervous? Just eyes on you,
everything.
or really?
Yeah, that. I mean, you name it. Like whatever. And like this year, I'm hosting the pre-telecast.
That hosting's a whole other thing.
It is, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I love hosting. I love the thought of hosting, at least. I don't know if I love hosting yet. We'll find out.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I've been telling everybody that my biggest issue is teleprompters. We've never been friends.
You know what, though? You just have to be yourself, and if all else fails, just dance.
I think we're gonna make a game out of it.
Yeah,
we're gonna make a game. Every time I mess up on a teleprompter, we're gonna have something that happens.
You wore tennis shoes last year. Are you doing it again this year?
No, because I ended up. Well, not that I paid attention, but somebody told me that I ended up on like the worst dress list.
No.
Or whatever. Yeah, totally. It's like. It's what I wear. It's me. Come on, give me a break. No, I don't really know, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's whatever they tell me to wear.
The morning of.
Yeah, totally.
You have your espresso, and then you figure out the
shoes. I just obey. I just do whatever I'm told.
Last year you performed Invisible at the Grammys, and this year it's nominated.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like, and where were you when you found out? What was your reaction?
That is like the ultimate full circle. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, debuting a song on the Grammys is a big deal and a rare opportunity. And then, you know, you get nominated for the performance on the record. And the performance on the record was driven by the thought that, hey, we might have a chance to perform this on the Grammys and debut it on the Grammys. So, like, everything was built towards that moment. And yeah, getting nominated. The performance, the way the song was recorded was like a total life lesson for me. Because, I mean, we spent months on the record and we scrapped it all. And then we did it all in like 3 days. There's like the demo vocal on the record, which is not something I normally would be okay with. But yeah, it's kind of a weird process. But you gotta love it.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
And you're a humble guy, but do you prep for the acceptance speech at all? Or I feel like you have to think about it a little bit, right?
I mean, No? No, I don't, which is why my acceptance speeches are, you know, well, speeches, I think I've given like one. But, you know, it's not very well said, I feel like sometimes, but I don't know. I feel like prepping for something like that is kind of like,
just speak from the heart.
Kind of messes it up a little bit.
You've partnered with Whirlpool for this really cool contest.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, the name of it is what draws me in, Everyday Care, and that is, you know, the things that, like, what it made me think of is my mom and dad. You know, when I now learn about things that they did when I was growing up to support me, and my dream and this thing that I really wanted to do, it's kind of crazy, honestly. And I didn't know about a lot of these things, and they didn't want me to know. It's like, it's not about that. They did a lot of stuff on a day in and day out basis to give me a reason to believe in myself and to make my life as a dreamer, you know, easier to dream, right? And so I related to that, especially when you bring in the fact that the whole thing is to essentially get as many people to send in videos of them dedicating a song to someone,
so
showing
cool.
they care through music. Like that's my world. That's what I love. So I identify with that. I relate to it, and I love this whole thing. So so we had everybody. You can still send them in, but everybody essentially send in videos dedicating "You're My Sunshine."
It's so cute.
To somebody they care about. I think it's brilliant. I love it.
And you obviously mentioned your parents. Is there anyone else you would thank in this journey you've had?
So many.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many, like, family members, all my family. I was spoiled rotten. I had my 4 grandparents came to every show of mine until I was maybe 14.
Do they still
And that was a lot. They come to as many as they can. Now, we went from 30 shows a year to 230 shows a year, so it's a lot more difficult. But they do. They come to shows all the time, and they call in, they text, and all that fun stuff. So, and I love my family, and a lot of musicians that I look up to have been extremely supportive in a really just bizarre, cool way, like things you wouldn't expect. So, absolutely, Everyday Care is something I can definitely relate to.
That's awesome. We're excited to see the winner because it's going to be on air in a commercial, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
you should go on the website and check out some of the entries though. Seriously, I like almost cried watching a few.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
That's so cool, and that's
awesome.
cool that you're behind that too. That's awesome.
I love it.
Speaking of artists that support you, and I know people are asking you about this, but Ed Sheeran. We've talked about you've talked about how you want to collab with him. Is there any update? Have you guys had a conversation? What can you tell me?
We chatted. We didn't talk about that. I'm funny about collabs because I know that in my world, like my schedule's crazy. Like everything's always like very thought out, very strategized. Not me necessarily, but the rest of my team is. And so I know that everybody kind of has their version of that. So I never want to pressure anybody into a collaboration.
Yeah.
So I like to kind of let it just happen.
Put it out there.
Yeah, put it out
feelers
there.
out.
We've talked, we've hung out, and there's a great vibe. And if it happens, it happens. And I believe it will. I don't know when, but yeah.
And are you working on new music right now?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yes, maybe.
You know how I am. I'm very
Always
protective
working.
about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I read that you play 30 instruments, which is crazy impressive. I want to know. It is.
Try.
It is. What's one thing that you're not good at that you wish you were good at?
So fretless, like violin.
Okay.
I really want to learn cello.
Okay.
I tried. Of course, I only tried for like 5 minutes, but nonetheless, I tried violin like 3 times, or fiddle, whatever you want to call it.
And no,
like 5
didn't
times.
pick it up. You didn't
Yeah, no, it's just that we never got along. We've never been friends. I don't know. I love the sound of it. I want to play it, but I haven't mastered it yet.
What about a talent outside of music? What would you want to be good at?
Dog whisperer.
Ooh, and you just got a dog. Cool.
I did, yes.
How's that been?
I'm spoiled because he's so good. He's so awesome. It's like I feel like I'm like the best trainer in the world, and I didn't do anything.
There's been no challenges at all?
There's been no challenges whatsoever,
Any
honestly.
tricks?
Yeah. He can. No. No, not really. He runs. I just let him run. That's his trick.
Okay.
That's his thing. He's so. I don't know. It's so awesome to watch.
And at such a young age, you've accomplished so much. To you personally, what is your biggest accomplishment so far?
Ooh, that's intense. I have to say, getting my name in the Guinness World Record book was like
High five.
massive achievement. But I don't know. After that, I think not after that, but I mean that's like in its own category. You know what I mean? Like that's just a thing. That's just a thing that you always like kind of dream about. I want my name in that book. I don't know, like having as much, I guess success with the music on, especially, just like the surprise of how successful my debut album was. Like that still catches me off guard, and being nominated for Grammys, 5. Nobody's counting.
No big deal. No big deal, Hunter.
It's a special feeling. Yeah,
Awesome. Well, I'm
that's a
excited
big
for
one.
you and this Sunday.
Thank you.